Hello, this is Pauline from Making Polly, and today I'm going to show you the first part of making my Spring Daisies pattern. The pattern can be used to make daisies for a bouquet, a daisy bookmark and daisy bunting. The pattern is also available to buy as a PDF digital download. Please find all the details in the description below. For this pattern you will need double knit cotton yarn in yellow, white and green. The details of the yarn I have used is in the description below. You will also need a 3mm hook, a 2.5mm hook, scissors for cutting your yarn, an embroidery needle to sew in all your ends. You will also need bendable wire. The details for the wire is in the description below. You will need a small amount of polyfill toy stuffing, a pair of wire bending pliers, and a pair of wire cutting pliers. In this part 1 video, I'm going to show you the instructions for making the daisy face without the back, and the instructions for the daisy leaf. I will give the instructions in both UK and US terminology. For the daisy face, we'll start with the yellow yarn and the 3mm crochet hook. First we will make a double magic ring by wrapping the yarn around your finger 3 times. Then insert the hook under the first 2 loops and pull the third loop through these 2 loops. Then yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook. And the double magic ring is now made. For round 1, work 7 UK double crochets, which are 7 US single crochets, into the magic ring. So insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over it and pull through 2 loops on your hook. You can pause the video here to do so. There will be 7 stitches at the end of round 1, and when complete, pull the starting end to close the magic ring. In round 2, we will increase by 7 times. So we will work 2 UK double crochets, which are 2 US single crochets, in each stitch around. You can pause the video here to do so. At the end of round 2, you will have 14 stitches. In round 3, we will increase by 7 stitches again. In the first stitch, work 2 UK double crochets, which are 2 US single crochets. Then in the next stitch, work 1 UK double crochet, which is 1 US single crochet. Repeat the sequence of working 2 stitches in the next stitch, then 1 stitch in the next stitch for another 6 times. You can pause the video here to do so. At the end of round 3, you will have 21 stitches. We are finished using the yellow yarn, so cut your yarn and pull your end through. Then fasten off with an invisible join. Thread the end onto the embroidery needle, then insert the needle from back to front through the second stitch of round 3, and then through the back loop and the loop at the back of the last stitch of the round. Sew in your ends and the daisy centre is now complete. We will now make the petals of the daisy with the white yarn and the 3mm hook. Start by making a slip knot on your hook using your preferred method. In this 4th round, we will work into the front loops only of each stitch. Insert your hook into any front loop from round 3 and work a slip stitch. Then work a slip stitch into the next front loop. And in this same front loop, we're going to work a large bobble, which are made with UK double trebles, which are US trebles. First chain 4, which counts as the first UK double treble, which is US treble. Then yarn over your hook twice. Then insert your hook into the same front loop that we worked the last slip stitch into. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops on your hook, and you'll be left with 2 loops on your hook. We will now repeat that. So yarn over your hook twice, insert your hook into the same front loop and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops on your hook. There will now be 3 loops left on your hook. Repeat the process another 4 times. You can pause the video here to do so. And when complete, you should have 7 loops left on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 7 loops on your hook, and your large bobble stitch is made. Now chain 4 and slip stitch into the next front loop only, being careful not to skip any stitches. Then slip stitch into the next 2 front loops. We will now work another large bobble, again into the same front loop the last slip stitch was worked into. First chain 4, then yarn over your hook twice, insert your hook into the front loop and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops on your hook. Repeat the process for another 5 times. You can pause the video here to do so. Again, you will have 7 loops left on your hook. So yarn over and pull through all 7 loops. Then chain 4 and slip stitch into the next front loop. Repeat the process another 5 times of working 2 slip stitches, then 1 large bobble into the same front loop as the last slip stitch made, then chain 4 and 1 more slip stitch. You can pause the video here to do so. You will now have all 7 petals made. So cut your yarn and pull your end through and fasten off with an invisible join. Thread the yarn end onto your embroidery needle, then insert your needle from back to front through the second stitch of the round and then through the back loop of the last stitch of the round. Sew in your ends and your daisy face is now complete. We will now make a daisy leaf with crinkly edges. To make the leaf, we will use the green yarn and this time the 2.5mm hook, which will give the leaf a tighter and more rigid structure. Start with making a slip knot in your preferred method, leaving a 20cm tail. Then insert your hook. Then chain 17. You can pause the video here to do so. For rounds 1 and 2, we will work around this foundation chain. First slip stitch into the second chain from the hook. Then work a slip stitch in the next 4 chains. Then work 1 UK double crochet, which is 1 US single crochet, into the next 4 chains. Then work 1 UK half treble crochet, which is 1 US half double crochet, into the next 2 chains. So yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Then work 2 UK half treble crochets, which are 2 US half double crochets, into the next chain. Then work 1 UK treble crochet, which is 1 US double crochet, into the next 3 chains. So yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops on your hook. Then work 3 UK half treble crochets, which are 3 US half double crochets, in the last chain. And rotate your work to now work back along the other side of the foundation chain with symmetrical stitches. Work 1 UK treble crochet, which is 1 US double crochet, in the next 3 chains. Then work 2 UK half treble crochets, which are 2 US half double crochets, into the next chain. Then 1 UK half treble crochet, which is 1 US half double crochet, into the next 2 chains. Then work 1 UK double crochet, which is 1 US single crochet, into the next 4 chains. And finally work 1 slip stitch into the next 5 chains to the end of this round. Now we'll go on to work round 2. So rotate your work again, then chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, then work 1 slip stitch into the back loops only of the next 5 slip stitches of round 1. Then work 1 UK double crochet, which is 1 US single crochet, then 1 UK half treble crochet, which is 1 US half double crochet, then another 1 UK double crochet, which is 1 US single crochet, all in the next stitch to create a shell stitch. Then work 1 slip stitch in the next stitch. Repeat the sequence of working a shell stitch, then a slip stitch for another 11 times around the leaf to the other side. You can pause the video here to do so. Then work 1 more shell stitch, so in total there'll be 13 shell stitches with 12 slip stitches between. Finally work 1 slip stitch into the back loops of each of the next 5 slip stitches from round 1. You can pause the video here to do so. And we have finished making the leaf. Cut your yarn, leaving a long tail for sewing, then pull the end through. We will now use the starting end to strengthen the leaf. Thread the end onto your embroidery needle. Then flip the leaf over so the wrong side is facing. You will weave the end through one side of the foundation chain and then back through the other side. And this will give the leaf more strength and stability. Then you can cut this end. The leaf is now complete and ready for attaching to either the daisy for the bouquets, the end of the daisy bookmark, or onto the daisy bunting. Make as many daisy faces and daisy leaves as you wish in preparation for the part 2 video. Thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed this part 1 video and you enjoy making lots of daisy faces and daisy leaves. I would love to know how many you make or how many you plan to make, so please leave a comment to let me know. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss part 2 of the Spring Daisies tutorial.